When I was young, I would find these little imperfections, so-called imperfections in my body, like things that somebody would probably have to study me closely for a prolonged period of time to even notice. And this seems outrageous. This seems like there's no way anyone could feel that way. But I would like find a little vein, and it wouldn't even be a varicose vein. It would be like a slightly more visible, thin vein. And I would be like, well, shit. No one's ever gonna love me. No one's ever gonna date me. No one is ever going to want to be sexual with me. Like, look at this. I'm just a mess.
I'm a mess, right?
Like, and I mean, I was very young, so I was very naive and ignorant. But I believed that completely. It wasn't that maybe some troll of a man will be happy to have, you know, have me on his arm with my one little visible vein. It was like, nobody is ever going to come near me. Like, I am so insufficient. I'm so below, you know, what the bar is what is so insidious, is that there is no real ideal. There's not one person who we've all agreed upon as the beautiful person. But that was sort of how I felt growing up. It's like, it's almost like I would imagine it would be like being in a family with a lot of siblings, and you've got one sibling is the beautiful one, everyone else isn't. It was kind of that feeling. I don't have a sister, but it was sort of that sense of being in the world, and like, there's one woman out there who's the beautiful one, and I'm not it, and you know, the rest of us aren't it. And then living a little longer, and like, you know, actually having relationships with men who are, some of whom weren't even trolls, which is exciting. You start to realize, like, their ideals could be so different from my ideals. And like, women who I would say are extraordinarily beautiful might be people, you know, my boyfriend at the time is like, you know, I'm really into her, I'm not into her, you know, it's shifting all the time. And everyone has a different, you know, ideal. And even with other women, I have a girlfriend who had a friend staying with her, and she's like, I just think this girl is so beautiful. She's so beautiful. Oh my God, she's stunning, you know, and I'm like, God, I can't wait to meet this girl. And so we met her, and I was kind of like, that's it? And I mean, not to be rude, but I was like, really? That's who you think is the, you know, wow, interesting.
It just goes to show.
Yeah, it's just kind of like information gathering. To have one person say, you know, this other person is so beautiful. It's not an objective comment on the other person's value. It's a comment on like what they respond to. And it doesn't have any intrinsic judgment even, you know? I think because as women we live with a very specific imperative to make ourselves into the most attractive items that we can be, then it is, you know, it's always trying to find out, you know, what is the most attractive that I can be, and am I there, and if I'm there, you know, what is it? Am I a 6? Like, I mean, I hate it when I hear men do the ranking thing, even though I do know that it's still subjective, whatever. I hate it. Totally. And I'm like, and I think it's like, it appalls me. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it's just because to me that is the summation of like, it's like, would you want, I mean, I hate having to appeal to their, like, to an empathetic like personal connection, but it's like, would you want your daughter growing up to be like, sweetie, right now you're about a 7,